franchise, and today in Week 8 we are taking on the Atlanta Falcons, and they are 4-2 on the season. They've looked pretty good, and we're 1-5, looking to find our way. As we have two big injuries, both on the defense, and they're both our edge rushers. As we've tried to make some trades, just unable to do so, as the asking prices are just too high. But the Falcons will begin this game on offense. And hope the backups for us can make a impact, as Steve Burke has 1,345 yards, 8 touchdowns, only 1 pick. And we don't want Carrington there. Have Carrington come in, as we're just kind of trying to figure everything out with these injuries, as Carrington cannot play zone or man, so we don't want to put ourselves in a liability like that, as Burke misses one downfield for the first play of the game. Austin would be in, but you're going to see a mix of a couple of linebackers, Coleman, Rosenberg, Martinez, all kind of, it's going to be more of a committee trying to replace these guys. As Burke completes his first pass of the game for 8 yards to McAllister. And it's now a 3rd and 2 from the 33-yard line. See if this defense could provide a stop and get off the field. As they hand it off to their X-Factor running back, Wilkerson, who picks up 7 on 3rd and 2, able to pick up the first. Now the Falcons on 1st and 10 from the 39 in a pistol formation here. As Johnson makes a great play on the ball right there, on Wilkerson, not the ball. But now it's 2nd and 9 from the 41-yard line. Bunch formation for Burke. As Johnson, tad bit too late to break up the ball on McAllister, but tackles him nonetheless. Only a gain of about 6-7 on the play. Now it's an empty formation for Burke here, as we've sent a blitz, and McMillan with good coverage downfield, and Burke just overthrew his intended target. Now it's 4th and 2. Falcons look like they're punting, and they do. There's a great stop by this Huskies defense to get them off the field, and they'll begin their drive at the 16-yard line, led by no other than Josh. He's really looking to change this whole season around for the Huskies, and he's got to do it one game at a time, as he has just almost 1,400 total passing yards and 9 touchdowns, as he's one shy of his career high. As on 1st down, he'll hand the ball off to Drew Stevens, who's able to pick up about 2 on the game. As the offensive line was called out before this game by the coaching staff, and like to see if that will have some kind of difference, as it doesn't look like it so far, as Newkirk deflects the ball at the line, and kind of same old offense line to begin the game. Now it's 3rd and 8 from the 18. As this time, it's Claiborne allowing the sack, and he's been pretty good in pass protection, just unable to keep up with the one-on-one situation, and allows on sack on 3rd and 8. It was more of a coverage sack, if I'm being honest. No one was really open downfield, and punt return, only able to get to the 41-yard line, as here comes Burke and this Falcons offense one more time. First down, they hand it off to Wilkerson. And only able to pick up 2 on the game. This is really a way for these backups to really make a stand. And maybe see more of a full-time role. As Shane with a great open field tackle on Wilkerson, only able to allow him to get 2 yards on the reception. And we're going to have to see more of that, as this team with the injuries cannot allow big gains. On 3rd and 6 now. Just an easy pitch and catch for Burke and his tight end, Avos. I think that's how you pronounce it. But tight ends have destroyed us all season so far, and more of that so far this game, as Gage came in hot, just unable to get to Burke before he's able to check it down to McAllister, who picks up the first. But Gage came in hot on that blitz, and now it's 1st and 10 from the 28. Burke switching the play at the line as he throws one up, and Dylan able to play great coverage, and he picks it off, and Dylan's off to the races now. Dylan returns it to the 22-yard line, and a great play by Dylan Flock for his first pick of the season. Burke thought he had him beat and unable to do so, as Drew Stevens stiff arms one man, breaks off of another tackle. All that just to get to the line of scrimmage, and it's got to be frustrating for him, as he was a rookie of the year last year, and he was hoping to do more of the same, as Jason Blacklock wide open, and Jason tackled at the 46-yard line, and Kemp is hurt. And now we'll see Jonathan Jones come into the game, first time this season, the rookie right tackle, 2nd round pick, as we didn't expect to see him at all this season, unless an injury did happen, of course. And looks like an elbow injury for Kemp, and he will be back in. Kemp might be on a short leash coming up, as he's had bad games, and he's allowed 6 sacks already this season. He allowed 12 last season, and thought we could have taken a risk on him to get him back to his form. But 1st and 10 here, Josh in an I formation, hands the ball off to Drew Stevens. Drew Stevens has blockers and still going, and now Martin Gomes is hurt. This offense line is really starting to get beat up right now, as our other rookie, Wyatt Decker, comes into the game. And he was our 3rd round pick, Wyatt Decker. And he's another one. Didn't expect him to see him at all this season, as Hunter's wide open and drops the ball. It might have got punched out, I'm not sure. But looked like a drop from what I saw, and thought it was a touchdown for the Huskies, as Hunter was pretty open on it. As this one is a deflection by the linebacker, as he tries to hit Damien in the flat, and Gomes has a hit pointer injury, and he will be back. As it's 3rd and 10 from the 17, play action pass here, as Kemp just allowed his 7th sack of the season, and it stalls the Huskies' drive, as they'll have to take 3. As Sammy Leak sneaks one in, and the Huskies go up 3-0. Also, gotta watch out for Simmons getting benched. Simmons won the battle in preseason and training camp for the starting right guard role, but he's allowed 6 sacks as well on the season so far. And he's another one who's could be on a short leash coming up. As it's 1st and 10 from the 25. Bunch formation for the Falcons once again, and Dylan unable to make up the ground quick enough as Ham beats him. Thought Dylan could have had the second pick of the game, and it's pretty close. Huskies lead 3-0. Now 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. As Grimes gets the pressure on Burke and brings him down. And Grimes and Willie both signed contract extensions during the bye week, and we like to see that as they both are getting paid, and now they're both making an impact this game so far. It's a 2nd and 19. As only a 4-yard pickup on 2nd and 19 makes it a 3rd and 15. For the Falcons. Bunch formation to the right. As the pressure is coming in. As Caden and Carrington both able to provide pressure on the outside. And on that hit, Caden hurt Steve Burke. And if he's not able to go, I don't know if the Falcons have a good backup quarterback. Could be a long game for their offense if Burke isn't able to go, as Connor Kelly able to return this one, only able to get about 6-7 yards on the return. And now here comes the Huskies offense, looking to take a 10-point lead. As they hand the ball off to Danny Barnes. Barnes only has a couple carries on the season, but when he's gotten them, he's taken them pretty far. It's 2nd and 3 from the 35 now. As Jason beats his man downfield, and Josh just barely overthrew him as Jason had multiple steps on his defender. And now 3rd and 3 here from the 35-yard line. They hand the ball off to Drew Stevens, and Stevens is met in the hole, just unable to pick up the first down. And I think it'd be dumb to try and go for it here. It's a defensive game so far. And James Aldridge will punt the ball down to the 16-yard line as it's fair caught. And the Falcons' backup is coming onto the field as Howard is their backup, and I have to wonder if the offense is going to be the same. On 1st down, they go with a stretch play to Wilkerson, and we're probably going to see a lot of Wilkerson if Burke cannot go the rest of this game. There's a great run by him right there on 1st down. Another pistol formation for the Falcons. Another handoff to Wilkerson. And this time, Bryson Connor able to bring him down. Now 2nd and 6 from the 37-yard line. The Huskies sent a blitz, unable to get there, and Dylan's able to push out the tight end, Avils, but not after he's able to pick up the first down. And now it's a 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line as Howard switches the play at the line of scrimmage, and the tackle with a great block on Caden right there as he sets the edge, and Wilcox finally able to push out Wilkerson at the 24-yard line. As expect a lot of running in this game if Burke can't go, and it's a play action pass now. And a great throw by Howard as the second completion brings him down to the 8-yard line as Stodham, something like that. It's 1st and goal. As Dylan and Shane were both kind of in the area, no one really made a play on the ball. Down to the 1-yard line now are the Falcons. And Howard is putting on a very nice drive here as he hands the ball off to the fullback who just walks into the end zone. And now the Falcons have taken the lead Will the offense be able to respond? We saw earlier in the season, through week 2 to like 5, the offense was able to respond very, very nicely to drives like that. But recently, just kind of a shell of itself from earlier in the season, and just not able to really do anything. And they're a pretty one-dimensional team right now without this run game going. As 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, and Stevens just met at the line of scrimmage. Without this run game, they're just a pretty one-dimensional team, and with this offensive line, it's hard to pass the ball. As Josh is going to take off for about an 8-yard gain as he dives forward, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. As the Huskies are looking to pick up a first down here and keep this drive going, and the Falcons are looking to get a stop and go up by 2 scores. Let's see what the Huskies are going to call on this crucial 3rd down early in the game. They have Stevens to the right of Josh, and he gets motioned out. Now it's an empty set for Josh. They like these sets earlier in the year, and they kind of haven't really gone to him. And Josh goes deep on 3rd and 2. Liked his matchup with Jason, and just a drop by Jason is he boxed out the safety, had very good positioning. And James Aldridge will kick this one deep as Connor got down there very quickly. Bison Connor just unable to make the tackle. As you see Dennis Wilkerson, very good season so far. And this defense is going to have to figure out how to stop him quickly. As the Huskies sent a blitz, and Johnson is very lucky that one was a drop because he got burnt by multiple yards right there. As it's not very good to have a linebacker in coverage with their best receiver, but luckily he drops the ball. As Gage able to wrap up the tight end, but not until he's able to pick up the first down, and now it's his X Factor is on. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. As Gage nearly had a pick six. Just a split second too late, and Gage was about to be off to the races. So now it's 2nd and 7 from the 47. Huskies send a blitz, and Johnson able to bring him down, and a huge sack right there. Falcons will call a timeout. Interesting. They must have not liked what they had out there. They will call a timeout, and now on 3rd and 14, Burke's still not on the field, and Willie is getting pressure after the quarterback. Howard, who avoids Willie, just able to throw the ball away, and Huskies defense does its job and forces a punt. Connor Kelly's back there to return this one. Just nearly got tackled before he was able to hit the edge, and now on 1st and 10 from the 24, this offense is going to have to get going. All 3 timeouts still. As Josh misses Jamal Lacey once again, and it's been a rough half for Josh to begin this game, and I'm going to have to try and get some easy completions here. 2nd and 10 now, and that couldn't have been an easier one, as it's a screen pass to Drew Stevens, able to pick up 7 on the play. Now it's 3rd and 3 from the 31-yard line. As Kylo wide open across the middle of the field, nobody even close to him, and just drops the ball. He was frustrated last week had a couple bonehead decisions and plays, and now a key drop on third down. Just unacceptable from a player we were high on, and now the Falcons will have the ball as they hand the ball off to Wilkerson, only able to pick up 2 on the play, and Falcons just most likely going to take this one to half, as they do, up 7-3. And it's been a close defensive battle so far this game, as we're going to have to stop these outside runs if we're going to want a chance in the second half, as Burke seems to have a serious injury, as Gage takes this one a couple yards deep into the end zone, unable to outrun his one man and tackled at the 15-yard line, as it's now 1st and 10 from the 15, as Josh checks it down to Damian Harrison, and Harrison able to pick up a nice chunk on 1st down, gets him down to the 32-yard line. Great play right there to begin the half, and 1st and 10 from the 32. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens, and Stevens has a nice hole and breaks one tackle down to the 44 after a 12-yard pickup. 1st and 10 from the 44 now. Huskies looking better to begin this half, as Falcons set the blitz, and Josh put that right on the money for Kylo, and Kylo's able to catch that one for a gain of 6. Now it's 2nd and 4 from the 50. The read option, as Josh tries to make a move, and as he does that, he gets hurt, and it looks like it's a serious injury, as he's barely putting weight on that leg. And now it's 3rd and 6, and Jeff Dean, the veteran, is in the game, as he tries to fit it into Jason Blacklock, and it looks like it's going to be PI, pass interference on the defense, that will extend it on the offense. AC sprain for Josh, and this team cannot catch a break, as I don't know how that's pass interference on Jason, but now Josh is hurt, as Bryson Connor unable to get the ball before it rolls into the end zone. And this season, as Claiborne dislocated shoulder, and injuries after injuries, as the rookie left tackle Daniel Fernandez will have to come into the game, as Wilkerson has huge gap for 20-yard gain, and this team, Wilkerson now with his X factor, as a great tackle by McMillan right there, only a gain of 2. This team got hit with the injury bug at the wrong time this season. It's now 2nd and 8. As Willie providing pressure, just a great throw on the run from Burke as he is back in the game. Great throw and run by him to him. Now they're down to the 36-yard line. And Shane just not able to see the ball thrown quick enough. That he is able to make the tackle though on the tight end. Just kind of had a great game so far. But 2nd and 9 from the 35. As Willie able to get some pressure after Burke, who checks it down to Wilkerson, and Johnson able to make a great tackle on Wilkerson, who had his X Factor lit up. And that X Factor is gone. Now 3rd and 12 from the 38. As great pressure from Willie as Grimes read out the screen and forces an incompletion, and defense holds them to 3, but see if they can hit the field goal before we say anything. We've seen multiple kickers miss. And this one is up, and it's no good. Barely missed it to the right. Just pulled it a little bit, and the Huskies will begin with great field position. But with a beat-up offense, gotta wonder how much they can actually do. As Jeff Dean came into the season as the starter, let's see if he could find some juice like he had in the preseason. But you also have a rookie left tackle in right now, and that might play a factor into Jeff Dean's confidence. But Jeff hits Hunter on 2nd down for a 5-yard pickup. About 5.5. That's only Hunter's 2nd catch of the game right there. As it's 3rd and 1 from the 46. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens, and Stevens is able to pick up about 1.5 yards to pick up the 1st down. It's now 1st and 10 from the 44. Jeff Dean in gun here. Has Jamal Lacey wide open across the middle of the field, hits him, and the offense is down to the 25. Jamal's 1st catch of the game for 18 yards there. It's now an empty formation for Jeff Dean, as he hits Damian Harrison for about a 4-yard pickup on 1st down. This offense is starting to get going. 2nd and 6 now from the 21. It's an RPO. Throws the bubble to Hunter. Hunter unable to make one guy miss, but down to the 18-yard line. Big 3rd down here late in the 3rd quarter. Down 4 to the Falcons. And they hand the ball off to Drew Stevens, and Stevens has a hole. And Stevens is into the end zone on a huge run. Great block from Damian right there. And Drew Stevens is into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. It's now a 10-7 ball game. Who would have thought without Josh in the game, the Huskies would take the lead? As a great block from Damian Harrison and the rookie left tackle, Daniel Fernandez. As we like that a lot. As we didn't really expect him to play this season, but he's looking good in limited time so far this game, and maybe the coaching staff has to rethink that one, and maybe time to play some of the rookie offensive linemen we drafted, and more of a now piece instead of a future piece for us. That's Caden with a great tackle behind the line of scrimmage right there for a loss of 2. And the Falcons are kind of struggling right now. It's now 2nd and 12 from the 23. 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. As a check down right there to the fullback, who's only able to pick up 3 after a broken tackle off of Shane. But that will end the 3rd quarter, as the Falcons will face a 3rd and long to come back to start the 4th. Down 3. And see what this defense could do if they could get a stop. On 3rd and 9. As Caden with a huge sack on 3rd and 9 pushes the tackle back, and Caden's able to bring him down. As Burke was looking downfield and looked like he had somebody, but Caden able to push him down, push the tackle into him. And Connor Kelly is lit up down at the 37-yard line, picked up and slammed down. But the Huskies offense will begin the drive at the 37-yard line. As Drew Stevens had a huge hold to that right. A great tackle by the Falcons linebacker to prevent a huge gain. Now it's 2nd and 7. As Jason's open short underneath and he's picked up the first down, and Huskies are on the move once again, closing in on midfield. As Jeff Dean has looked solid so far in this one. As that one's is on the money to Jamal Lacey, who hangs on to it, and they are past midfield. Now 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Falcons look like they're sending a blitz here. They back off. They don't send one. And Jeff Dean down the middle of the field to Jamal Lacey down to the 2-yard line. And Jeff Dean looks like a whole new player. As his 1st and goal from the 2. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens, who scores a touchdown. And now all of a sudden, the Huskies have scored 14 unanswered points to bring this game to 17-7 with a 10-point lead with about 5 minutes left in the game. And this Jeff Dean looks like a whole new quarterback out there. What we saw week 1 of Jeff Dean is not the Jeff Dean we're seeing right now. As he's really stepped up with this injury to Josh. As it's now 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Bunch formation for the Falcons, and they sent a blitz. Burke able to read it, but Johnson able to make a tackle immediately. Only a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. Now 2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line. Falcons gonna have to score pretty quickly here. As Gage and McMillan able to make a tackle. Bring down Ham for a gain around 7. The clock is ticking. And Willie with the pressure. Burke under pressure throws it, and McMillan with a pick, and the Huskies have the ball up 10, looking to add more late in the 4th quarter. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens. A great play by the Falcons linebacker Clemens, as the edge was set. And now it's 2nd and 12 from the 43. Jeff Dean's gonna motion out Drew Stevens. And Jeff Dean is sacked on that one, as he didn't even see the player coming in. Great play by the defensive tackle right there, but now it's a 3rd and 19 for the Huskies. As Jason Blacklock with a great catch right there to force about a 4th and 1. And it looks like the Huskies offense will stay on the field. A 1st down will end this one. As they hand the ball off to Drew Stevens, and it is a 1st down. And it looks like that one will do it. With just around 2 minutes left to go, Huskies are up 17-7 with about 2 minutes, and the play action pass on this one. As Jeff Dean has Hunter open for a touchdown, but Blankenship able to come in and sack Jeff Dean. Huskies tried to catch the Falcons leaning, and they sent a blitz. And now it's a 2nd and 19. Under center, here goes Jeff. Jamal Lacey in motion. And hits a good block as Drew Stevens hit a nice cut on it. And It's now 3rd and 14 from the 33-yard line. Stretch play to the right and a good open field tackle for the Falcons as they are calling their timeouts. But Sami Leak will kick the field goal and it is up and it is good to extend the lead to 20-7 as this defense has really balled out with the absence of their 2-star edge rushers, CJ Hunter and Ralph Wiggins. And Jeff Dean has balled out in the absence of Josh, who got hurt early in the third. Has an AC sprain injury. ACL sprain, I believe it was. And that will put him out for some time. As Burke checks this one down to Wilkerson. And they're going to have to pick the tempo up if they want a chance. As it was only a 5-yard completion. As Gage nearly able to pick that one off. Only a 1-yard completion on 3rd down. It's now 3rd and 4 from the 31. An overthrow by Burke on the play. As he kind of threw it on the run for no reason, really. No one was coming in. No one was really applying pressure. But 4th and 4 now from the 31. This will really do it. As Gage unable to make the tackle. This one's a huge gain as the receiver McAllister steps out at the 48-yard line and Gage came in, hit him very hard, just kind of unable to get him down. As Gage with a good tackle right there on the tight end. Now 2nd and 5 from the 43. Clock is ticking. As he finds his tight end open, downfield, wide open. And this defense looks like it might be gassed a little bit as they send a blitz. Checks it down underneath and Johnson and McMillan able to bring him down and 2nd and 3 and touchdown Falcons. Chase Ham wide open in the middle of the end zone as the Huskies tried to run man on Ham, but ends up paying the price for it. And let's see if the Falcons can recover this onside kick as they scored pretty quickly. But it's 20-14. Hands team is on the field. And Connor Kelly is able to pick it up and tackled at the 49-yard line. And you guys can start singing it. Sweet, sweet victory for the Huskies as Jeff Dean will knee this one down. And the Huskies will move to 2-5 on the season in a huge game with a bunch of injuries on this team. And they've defeated the odds somehow, some way. This defense came through when they needed the most. Jeff Dean with a stellar game, coming in relief for Josh, and really balled out. And Drew Stevens with a huge bounce back game when we needed him most. 2 touchdowns. Receiving, kind of just spread the ball out evenly all around. No one really, Jamal Lacey the best. No one really had a amazing game overall, but look at Tavon Johnson. 16 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a sack. Huge game for him. 2 tackles for loss and a sack for Caden. 2 tackles for loss for Johnson, 1 for Grimes, and a sack. 3 total sacks on the game, and 2 picks, 1 from Dylan, 1 from McMillan. No pass deflections, no forced fumbles, but a great game nonetheless to go to 2-5 on the season for the Huskies. and I'll see y'all in week 9.